blush in the glass. Patong Beach, Phuket, Thailand. They say laughter is the best medicine. Mine usually comes with consequences. Doesn't matter if you're pouring out heartbreak, cancer, or the death of your goldfish. I'll be the one grinning. Not because I'm a dumbass, though that's the popular vote, but because that's my wiring. Cheek twitches, lips curl, like some sick reflex. I look at people dumping their grief and think, there's always somebody out there eating something worse. Why is your little tragedy supposed to stop the world? I know it doesn't land well. Never does. To them, I'm the villain. Like I invented COVID or asked China to burn the yellowish raccoon's ass. And it's not just anyone else's pain. I treat my own misery the same way. Laugh, smirk, turn everything into a joke nobody wants to hear. Like right now. Promised Marisha I'd meet her tonight. Like some classic lover, one hand in my pocket, the other holding fresh flowers. Like an idiot in a K-drama. But I've walked half the city, didn't find a single flower worth the name. Some local pointed me to Banzan, said everything fresh comes through here. Flowers too, obviously. Yeah, well, 2 flower stalls, both shut, locked, dead. Story of my life. Still, I'm grinning. What else do you want from a man like me? Name's Caesar. Don't ask what came before or what comes next. I've got no clue. I laugh a lot. People say I'm easygoing, like that's a compliment. Maybe it's true, or maybe I'm just empty. Whenever I try to think deeply about anything, it's like fog everywhere. No grip, no shape. My thoughts blur, lose form. In today's world, someone like me shouldn't last long, but I keep floating. Some fat shares in someone else's business, and a few brothers who'd walk through fire if I ever asked. This Phuket trip was meant to be a reset, a little holiday with the boys, away from everything that stinks. I never guessed the quiet guy next door, Palab, would turn out to be a silent grenade. He's from somewhere close. Don't ask me his passport color. It'll only jam my radar. Wiry, sunburnt, can't order lunch in proper English or Thai. Clubs make him itch, doesn't drink much. Still, 3 days in, 5 chicks down. Local, Chinese, Brit brunette. Guys outscoring me without even breaking a sweat. Last night he said, I'm done. No girls, detox mode on. And now, I'm barely through my inbox when he rings, voice blazing like someone lit his boxers.
Bro, get down here, emergency.
What now?
Russian nuke, man. She's bringing friends. Party's about to go nuclear.
You said tonight was detox.
Bro, nukes don't go off every night. Fuck detox, I need backup.
I could only laugh, said, Bro, I had it all planned. Wrap up some work, play it normal today.
Get your ass down here. The real work's starting now.
When I got down to the lobby, Palab was pacing outside the hotel like a kid about to meet Spider-Man. The guy's not a rookie. He's pulled women in 3 languages without speaking any of them right. But tonight, he was lit up from the inside. Bro, how'd you even pull that off? We need Duolingo just to decode you. What's the Russian hearing? Subtitles? He shrugs, still glowing.
She came up, wanted a light. I didn't have one. Told her, my friend upstairs, lighter have. I call, he come. Before I can finish, some dude walks by with a cigarette. She just grabs his lighter, looks me straight in the face, lights up like she's in a Bond movie.
With that English? Without the app? He grins, all teeth.
She liked it, man. She even talks like me. After the smoke, she says she's meeting friends, asked me to call mine. We hit that lobby bar together. I called everyone. Useless fuckers, nobody picked up. So I called you.
Fine, but if this turns sketchy, I'm out. I don't need any more wild stories tonight.
If it's shady, I'll bail first, bro. Let's just give it a try.
We waited in the lobby. Palab was on edge but pretending otherwise. A few minutes later, she walked in. Could have been Turkish, could have been Russian, but she was definitely stunning. She just says, "Come, my friends are coming. We sit bar." And that's it. She slides in next to Palab, takes his arm like she's been doing it for years. The man looks completely spellbound. His brain just flatlined. What actually surprises me? Palab asks what she wants to drink. Tells her, "Order anything." He never does that. Usually, freeloading is his blood type. Then two more women show up. Older, sharper, both Kazakh. Names, Azi and Sifra. Late 30s, maybe. English better than Palab's, which isn't hard. They slide in, order drinks, and join like it's some high-level conference. Palab shoots me a look. "Help, brother." I ignore it. My drink. My tab. "Yours? That's your circus." He caves and orders for all three. Our conversation ran unexpectedly. Politics, culture, tech, even a little philosophy. Sharp women. Meanwhile, Palab and the Russian, her name's Tatalia, are leaning in close, giggling, trading secrets like they've known each other forever. Eventually, I nudge Palab. "Why don't you two take your drinks upstairs? It'll be quieter." Azi's already had a little too much, says she's heading back to her hotel. Sifra's got another date. Both of them are waiting for one more friend to show, someone to tag in for Tatalaya. More glasses poured in. An hour ticks by. Then, she arrives. And I swear, if God ever tried building a man immune to falling in love, he forgot to test him with her. She didn't match the others. 22, 25, tops. No dress code for attention. Just a full-sleeve shirt, brown and black stripes, rolled up to her elbows, tucked neat into black jeans. Sandals, nothing fancy. But the fit, surgical. Not too tight, not loose. Like every inch of fabric was stitched to match her muscle, her motion, her mood. Her body, graceful, athletic, breathtaking. But all of that faded the second you caught her eyes. Electric blue, wild and hypnotic. Danger in every glance. The kind that could smile while she slits your throat, and you'd let her. I couldn't help asking, "Are those contacts?" She gave a little shrug.
No, but everyone asks. Most wear lenses to get this color. I might need them just to look normal.
Didn't think eyes like that were even real. Staring too long, and I might never come back. She grinned, sharp as a razor.
Oh, really? We haven't even met and you're already hitting on me?
"Hi, I'm Caesar. May I now officially begin?" She matched it, smooth.
Hi, I'm Marisha. Good start. Let's see how far you can get.
Most beautiful women play the same game. Drama, a little arrogance, like they're floating through life with their "I don't care" energy. Like Tatalia. Feels like we're all just sitting around her as furniture. Breathing, blinking, but otherwise untouched. No shift in energy, no movement of feeling. Until she walked in. This girl, Marisha, wrapped her arms around the other two, asked about their mothers, their cats, their dogs, even threw a question at Tatalia in Russian. But she barely moved, didn't bother with a reply. Marisha didn't seem offended, like she knew this is just how Tatalia is. Without waiting for a reply, she turned toward me. By then, the air had changed. Conversation picked up. Her presence had that kind of effect. Warm, casual, the sort of person who fills a room without sucking out all the air. Strangest thing, she'd taken the seat right next to mine. That seat had stayed untouched the whole time. I'd offered it more than once. Azi and Zyphar smiled, declined, picked other chairs. But Marisha, she just dropped into it like it was always hers. Now that I think about it, it wasn't random. The way they exchanged glances before Marisha sat, it felt pre-decided. Like they already knew this chair was hers. Like the story was written, and they were just waiting for the page to turn. As agreed, Azi and Zyphar finished their drinks and got up, swapped polite smiles, and slipped out. One off to her hotel, the other had a date. They melted into the city like they were never here. I turned to Marisha, figured I'd buy her a drink. She just shook her head, said she wanted to freshen up first, offered to walk her to show the way. She looks at me, flat.
Just point it out. I'll go alone.
That should have been the end of it. But right then, Tatalia mutters something in Russian, soft, but sharp enough to put a hitch in Marisha's step. She pauses, glances back at me, and this time nods.
All right, come on.
The restroom's outside the bar, across from the lobby. It's public, which means the usual mess. Crowd, noise, who knows what. So I offer, "You want to use mine? Cleaner, private, just upstairs." She gave me a soft, "No thanks," and went to the public one anyway. And I'm left there, like an idiot, posted up outside the ladies' room, waiting. 3 minutes go by, maybe 4. The door cracks, and she calls out my name. When I peeked in, she's by the mirror, face damp, smiling at her reflection.
Washed my face, but there's no tissue in my bag and none in here. Got anything?
I fish a pack from my pocket, hand her one through the gap. She comes out, face fresh, eyes bright. I can't help myself. "You didn't want me tagging along before, but look, needed me anyway." She rolls her eyes, that half smirk rising.
Classic protective guy. Think a woman can't survive 5 minutes in public without backup. If I told a Russian man I was heading straight to hell, he'd just say, "Okay, honey, text me when you're done."
I laugh, bite back. Yeah, but it was this protective guy who actually had your back. Your man didn't care. You notice that? She gives me a sideways look, then cracks a real smile.
Don't be thick. Wasn't talking about my man. I meant Russian men in general. But sure, Mr. Protective, I noticed you care. Thanks.
Thanks accepted. Though, statistically, one of those Russians could have been your man. No need to bite my head off. She shoots back, fast and clean.
Hey, moron. I don't have a man. If I did, you really think I'd be stuck in this dead bar drinking beer with you?
Ouch. That stings. Honestly, I'm getting bored too. I glance across the table. Tatalia's practically melting into Palab, like they're competing in a kissing Olympics. I ask Marisha with a grin, "All right then, why don't we go somewhere less pathetic?"
Not possible.
She shakes her head, firm.
Wherever we go, I can't leave Tatalia alone. She comes with us.
Okay. In that case, let's take it upstairs. My room connects to Palab's. Tatalia stays close, we still get some peace. She eyes me, thinks it over.
You got beer up there?
A few bottles. I can have more scent if you're thirsty. She grins. First real one of the night.
All right, let's tweet the lovebirds.
We sit back with them and pitch the idea. Palab's up before I even finish the sentence. Tatalia nods, cool as ice. Waiter comes. Palab pays for everyone's drinks, except mine and Marisha's. For him, that's legendary. Guy would sell his shoes before paying a round. I throw him a silent salute. As we stand, Marisha grabs my hand. I've been with women, not as wild as my friends, but enough to know the rhythm. Still, the first touch of her was pure voltage, something I hadn't felt in ages. Back in the room, Palab wastes zero time, locks the connecting door from his side. The man has a mission. I crack a cold beer for Marisha, sit with her, try to get to know her. Where's she from? What's her life like? What does she actually do? I can't help but notice how much she's drinking. Girl looks like an athlete, but she's drinking like she was born for it. 4 minibar beers deep, and she'd already knocked back a few vodkas before this. Not that I minded. If this was her pace, I'd gladly keep it, just to have her beside me a little longer. She queued up some Russian track on her phone, the kind that sounds like heartbreak on ice, and turned to me.
If I lean in for a cuddle, is that a problem?
I almost laughed out loud. God, are you kidding? Holding someone like you might actually solve all my problems. She looked dead serious.
I mean, if this fires up your sex drive, you handle your own drama. 'Cause I'm not here for that. So don't get pissed if you catch feelings and I say no.
I shook my head, grin sharp. Whoa, someone's been through fire. But no, not a problem. Holding you won't spark my drive, but it might warm my heart. She broke into a real laugh.
We can handle that.
She leaned in from behind, arms wrapped around me, sipping her beer and humming to whatever pain the Russians put in that melody. I couldn't understand a word. Made me feel like an outsider, like I was just background noise in her movie. If it had been my language, maybe I'd have drifted with her too. But the moment barely had time to breathe. Suddenly, the connecting door slammed open. Palab storms in, looking like he just got mugged by fate.
Bro, I swear, my luck is cursed.
What now?
You saw her at the bar, right? Couldn't keep her hands off me. Came up to my room on her own, put on a whole show. But the second I made a move, she started bawling. Not doing anything, she says, melts down completely. I'm telling you, bro, she's insane.
From his room, I can hear Tatalia still screaming. Marisha let go of me and walked toward the noise. And just like that, dream over, whatever high I had, gone before I could even taste it. I sit Palab down, head buzzing, and head next door to see the damage. Tatalia's half-dressed, yanking on her skirt, makeup streaked all over her face from crying. I just mumble a quiet apology and slip back to my room.
What now, bro?
Palab groans, collapsing on my bed.
All that investment, down the drain.
Relax. Maybe she just drank too much. If you're still on good terms, try again tomorrow before she starts pounding vodka. Chill, bro.
Nah, man. I've handled drunk girls, but this one's a live wire. One wrong step, she'll drag me straight into hell. Help me get her out, bro. Sorry for dumping this on you.
Don't stress. Just breathe. Sit tight a second. Let me think. Meanwhile, Marisha guided Tatalia into my room, like she was shepherding a child through traffic. But the look in her eyes, The way her words spilled out sideways, Palab wasn't lying. Something in this girl didn't add up. Logically, we should have cut the cord, put her in a cab, sent her home. But if she left, so would Marisha. I wasn't letting go that easy, so I tried for middle ground. Let's get some food. You two have been drinking for hours. No one's eaten a thing. Tatalia let loose a barrage of Russian pure venom. Not a word made sense, but the meaning was clear. Hell no. Marisha tried to soothe her.
The gentleman's right.
She said softly.
Just eat a little something.
She wasn't hungry. She just didn't want to leave me yet. In the end, Tatalia gave in, but on her own terms. She'd eat, then leave for her hotel. No coming back. Deal. If it meant I got a few more minutes with Marisha, it was worth it. We all shuffled downstairs, crossed to the Turkish joint across the street. I ordered beef shawarma. Couldn't remember the last time I was this hungry. Suddenly, Tatalia broke again. Tears everywhere, sobbing in the middle of the restaurant. Whole place staring. Marisha didn't flinch, just got up, arm around her, and led her to the restroom. When the food finally landed, I started eating. Didn't care who was watching. Palab just sat there, arms crossed, refusing to touch his plate. He was done. I couldn't blame him. The air was poisoned, nothing tasted right. Marisha came back, eyes tired, and said we'd have to pack up the food. She'd stay with me, but she needed to get Tatalia back to her hotel. Palab called it, said he needed to crash, split up, just like that. Marisha walked out with Tatalia, flagging down a cab. I stood at the hotel gate, cigarette burning down in my hand, watching the night run out. It was nearly dawn, and all I could think, if only the night was longer. If only she'd stayed in my arms just a little more.